Jamie, Steve, Matt.
Jamie said she was gonna be dialing in via Teams.
Okay.
She's already in the.
I didn't hear.
Taylor's on too.
I see two. Looks like we barely have enough to have quorum, so. Maybe we'll get started this one after. Call this February 1st, 2024 meeting of the EMS Technical Advisory Committee to order. It is 1:01 p.m. And John, will you do the roll call for us?
I will. Mr. Wine,
Present.
Ms. Acton,
Here.
Here.
Mr. White,
I am here present.
Mr. Rebuffo. Mr. Stitchich. Mr. Leamy. Mr. Lindemood
Present.
and Ms. Keegan.
Present.
We got the 11. And John, will you also do our public involvement announcements?
Absolutely. AMET's committee meetings are open to the public, and the public is provided an opportunity to comment at each meeting. Business items are presented by staff or consultants. After the committee discusses the business item, the public is invited to formally comment. Each participant will have 3 minutes to speak on their topic. There's a couple of housekeeping items. If you are joining us virtually and you are not a member of the committee, please turn your camera off when you're not speaking on an item. And if you are joining us by phone, please mute and unmute the microphone by pressing *6.
Do we have a motion for approving the agenda?
Move to approve. Second.
Moved by Mr. Lindemood, seconded by Mr. Boland. Are there any changes to the minute or to the agenda? And hearing none, are there any objections to approving the agenda? Okay, agenda is approved. Next on the agenda is the meeting minutes for January 4th, 2024. Do we have a motion for approving those minutes?
Move to approve. Second.
Moved by Ryan. Do we have any changes? I did notice on the last page on my committee comments that it's actually Holland and not Sean Baskey. We've got some high-level Seans at the meeting.
Spell their first name the same too.
Yeah, sometimes that can help, but if they spell it the same, it doesn't. Okay. Are there any other changes? Mr. Bowen, Mr. Lyons, mind adding that as a family amendment, seconded that change?
No problem.
Good with that?
Yep.
Okay. So hearing no objections, the January 4th, 2024 meeting minutes as amended are approved. Okay, the next item is agenda item 5A, the air quality conformity determination for the 2024, sorry, for the 2050 MTP. I get the right dates there. And I'm assuming it's probably Chelsea.
Yes.
Okay, take it away, Ms. Waterwater.
Great. Good afternoon, everybody. So we are at the final stop for the 2050 MTP. But before we approve the entire document, we would be looking for your recommendation for approval of the air quality conformity determination. It went through the regular process of the interagency consultation team. It went out for a 30-day public comment. We received no comments on it. And it needs to be approved before we can approve the 2050 MTP. So we answer any questions, but it's straightforward.
Okay, are there any questions or comments from the committee? So usually where we give Matt Skipchick an opportunity, as our air quality specialist, to comment, but usually it's all in the affirmative, that it's looking great and no issues, so do we have any comments from the public? Is anybody online? No, audience? Okay. What is the will of the committee?
Move to recommend approval. Second.
Okay, moved by Mr. Lulu, seconded by Mr. Boland. To recommend approval to the policy committee. Are there any objections to approving the motion? Okay, hearing none, the motion is approved. Next item that we have is the 2050 MTP, action item 5B. And assuming that's also yours, Chelsea.
Yes. This is the big kahuna. You all saw this several times throughout the process since it started in June 2021 when R&M came on board to help us pull this big document together. It's our long-range transportation plan, our metropolitan transportation plan. It has the 20-year horizon, at least a 20-year horizon, has to be updated every 4 years. So our AMAS, this federal deadline for the document is August 24, 2024. So we're excited to be a bit ahead of that, which gives us some wiggle room, but we'd also love to just keep it moving. As I mentioned, this committee saw the goals, objectives, performance measures, and prioritization criteria, the scenario development, the recommended project list based on the fiscal analysis. You saw the draft plan with the public comment summary. All of those steps before you today is all of that pulled together. The recommended changes that you forwarded to the policy committee this fall reflected in there, as well as, it also went through that 60-day public comment period in the fall. And we did our required resource agency review and that tribal consultation. The Anchorage Assembly provided feedback. So I feel confident that we checked all the boxes as above and beyond as we could for this plan. I feel really great about it. I really appreciate all the involvement that you all have had throughout the planning process. And I'm excited to present the final document for you here today. So any questions or comments?
Okay, thanks, Jesse. Are there any questions or comments from the committee?
Just a quick comment. Seen a lot of these plans. And this is an absolutely wonderful document. It is graphically pleasing. It's a little thing, but I'm very, very happy to note that all of the pictures in the plan are from Alaska, from Anchorage. There's nothing from outside. And that's pretty unusual. So that's a testament to Juan and her group and Chelsea making sure that that's what happened. And I think it's just a very nice, graphically pleasing document. I'm also very happy that so many of the busy technical documents or portions of this are back in an appendix. So the part that's up front here is just very clear and understandable to as much as we can to the general public, for knowing that this is transportation speaking. It can be very confusing. So it's really good the way it's laid out. I'm literally ecstatic about this one. I just love it. It's here.
Okay, yeah, I think so. always good to get to this point and have everything come together so well. And other questions or comments from the committee? Okay, go ahead.
I'm new to the serving in this role, and so I've not seen many of the MTP plans. And what I see is, as Mr. Lyon shared, it's just a very nice document, well laid out, has good pictures and easy to read. And I had a lot of opportunity to interact with staff, and it's very helpful to walk me through and have an opportunity for PM&E to weigh in and ask questions, and just felt like I learned a lot more. And because of it, I'm going to be using this as a valuable resource as we move forward in the next 4 years. So kudos to R&M. It's like you guys knocked it out of the park, and just happy to be involved. So thank you for all of your good work.
Thanks, Ms. Bojas. Typically at this point, what we've often done is we have a list of public comments and responses. There's been different ways that we've either gone through or looked at. I do want to say that when you come to the technical advisory committee, the policy committee, back, was it December or was it November? Anyway, when you come with the changes, it provided a chance to really have a good discussion on what was being recommended for changes. So we've already seen a lot of those. We see that they are incorporated into this, so that definitely adds a lot of that process, which makes it really easy for us to look at this. And even though this is a very significant final product, I'm not surprised that there's at this point not a ton of discussion or comments or things to change. But if the committee is interested, we could look through some of the public comments. Does anybody want to comment on those? Do we feel like everything is there? Any questions? Anything you want to hear on that? What's the interest of the committee on that regard? See, Mr. Newman nodding his head or shaking his head that is good on it. But anyone else have different interest? Go ahead, Chelsea.
I'm happy to just provide a little bit of background on the comments. As you mentioned, you did have that work session. I believe it was October 30th, around the public comments. Excuse me. And we took a slightly different approach with the public comments this round because we did have that work session. In previous iterations of, I believe, both the TIP and the MTP, there's been like a staff recommended change and staff comment column, and then AMAT's recommended change in AMAT's response column. And so because we were able to get your feedback, looking at all those comments, we just went straight to the AMAT's response and AMAT's change column. So we reduced the number of columns and hopefully made it a little bit more straightforward to the public that their response was really coming from the organization at the highest level, based on the changes recommended by the policy committee, rather than that interim step from staff, which might have made it confusing in the past, or at least added columns in a spreadsheet that's already very large. So hopefully the streamline, as you mentioned, worked for everybody, but it definitely helped us, I think, rather than having to go through almost 1,250 comments twice.
Yeah, it almost feels like with this that we're going through this way more quickly, but I think it is applicable given that we already saw this, did comment on it. So I guess one last call. Any other questions or comments on some of the public comment? Anybody want to look at on those?
I guess I'd just like to say thank you to staff for all their work on this thing. But looking through, scrolling through all the comments, there's a tremendous amount of work here. And then also the work session, like you mentioned, I think really added more discussion to this than in previous versions that I've heard.
Yeah, and the confidence that the things that have been changed were voted on by the policy committee. So knowing that this really is almost a rubber stamp because we've already gone through and done the hard work on it. So Okay, do we, yeah, go ahead.
I have one last comment about the comments. I'm actually using that as a good resource to be able to filter and look for projects that PM&E has and get more broad understanding of what is the public think and, or what are they interested in, what has been their comments on some of these developing projects. It's a great resource to use and continue to look at it, even though it's part, you know, it's been informed, it's helped inform the plan, but it'll be, you know, I can continue looking at it as a resource.
This is one that implements a lot of what's in here.
Yeah.
It's a great additional resource. Okay, are there any comments from the public? Go ahead, James.
James Darzik, DOT Planning. Yes, RNM did a really nice job with this document throughout the process, but I'd really be remiss if I didn't highlight Chelsea's role in this whole thing. She came in on your first day, right? And this is late into your lap. And did not blink, just picked it up, ran with the ball, and took something that could have been an incredibly difficult task, and just found a way to make it work for herself and for all the people involved. I've had numerous interactions over the last year and a half with her and supporting this project, and every one of them's been very positive. I just have nothing but respect for the way that you came in and handled this incredibly important project for both AMATs and, as we all know, the state as well. So thank you very much, Chelsea. Wonderful job.
Yeah, she knows how to make things happen. She does like the lights. Like,
You brought the light, bring the warmth.
Yeah, well said, James. Thanks for that. Any other public comments? Anybody online? Okay, what is the will of the committee?
I move that the technical advisory committee forward this on to the policy committee and recommend approval to them of this document.
Okay, moved by Mr. Lyon. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Ms. Wallace. Do we have any objections to the motion, to approving the motion? Okay, hearing none, the motion is approved. Making really good time today. The next item on the agenda is item 6, project and plan updates. Is there anything that we need to go over? The chair doesn't have anything, but is there any updates that are needed?
I don't have any.
Okay, how about then moving on to item 7, general information. Do you have any general information items to share?
Right now.
Okay, that's all right. Then we'll move on to the committee comments. Any comments from members of the committee? Okay, go ahead, Mr. Paul.
Everyone, I just want to let folks know that next Wednesday, February 7th, we'll be having our next public meeting for the Sewer to Glen Connection Planning and Environmental Linkage Project, or PEL. And that's going to be from 4:30 to 6:30 over at the Fairview Rec Center. So hopefully we get a good showing there. A lot of folks participating in that. We'll be unveiling our number of different alternatives and make improvements in that area. So hopefully folks can make it. And if not, we'll have a bunch of that information online, I'm sure, as well.
Okay, thanks. Thank you, Mr. Thorne. Other committee comments? Go ahead, Mr. Ryan.
If anyone is looking for an exciting career in planning, we happen to have positions open both as a senior planner in AMATs and transportation planning land, and we also have a senior planner position open in long range, the land use planning folks. So it's never a dull moment.
And we just one of the MGPs. That's something we want to
Yeah, so you got a little reprieve for a bit.
talk about with that too.
There we go.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lyon. Any other committee comments? Jamie, go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. Sorry, I'm on Teams today, but as we're plugging open positions, the Public Transportation Department will have a open senior transportation planner position coming vacant around mid-month. So looking for a senior transportation planner to swipe.
Thank you, Jamie.
While we're at it, Project Management and Engineering also has a posted position for a capital improvement program coordinator. And it is a senior position. Currently on the job opportunity website.
Okay. Mr. Bowen?
I'd just like to add that Workplace Alaska, the state recruiting website, is a great, great place for you to look at not just DOT jobs, but any state department jobs that might be available. We're hiring a wide range of positions. So anybody is looking, I don't know how many folks are going. Good opportunity there. So.
Yeah. Okay, yes, lots of positions. We have one, but if you want to find out, come talk to me. It's not quite listed yet, but it'll be a good one. Okay, other committee comments? I guess I do want to say that I appreciate DOT coming and doing the work session that we had on the STIP and the changes. It was great to hear that and to have all the directors. So it seemed like they came with all the high level and really are showing that they're putting their best step forward on implementing the discussion, the changes, and some of the suggestions on making the STIP just a better our process, better document. So that was really great. And it sounds like the sewer development PEL was a key item that was brought up by a whole number of assembly members and others. So I'm really excited to hear about that on February 7th. So thanks to DOT for that. Okay, any other committee comments? Okay, let's move into any public comments. Go ahead, Mr. Starzy.
James Starzy, DOT Planning. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that we are also hiring for a transportation planner to be the new STIP manager, which is a fairly amazing opportunity for someone. So if anybody out there with planning experience, stick around.
Lots of things to do.
Yeah.
You know, this is the place. If someone's listening to these meetings and some of these positions are probably perfect for them. So hopefully we do have some interest added there. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Starzak. Any other public comments?
No, sir.
Go ahead, Chelsea.
I did just want to mention, we're excited to be sending, with AMAD's funding, a bunch of folks to Finland, to the same cycling urbanism masterclass that I went to last year. I believe 2 folks from DOT, a member from the traffic department and from PM&E, and I believe also an assembly member will be there. So I'm really excited to hear what they all have to learn, and hopefully they'll all come back with different perspectives than I did. Hopefully it'll still be cold for them. I think I heard that it forecasted look like it is going to be cold, so they should get a true winter city experience. Yeah, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, great. That's exciting. I'm kind of jealous about it, but I'm going to go to that one. But I have
Keep it
one.
in mind for next year.
Yeah, I have one that I'm going to Edmonton and a cycling thing too. So more on that next one, my report. But thank you. So thank you everyone for coming. I think that covers all the different parts of our agenda. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Adjourn.
Okay. We need a second, or is the motion good enough?
I'll second.
Okay. We're adjourned. 1:25 p.m.
Thank you.
So we'll get a meeting.